delighted to welcome you all to tonight's Baltimore Butterfly Session. By a show of hands, I always ask this, for how many of you is this your first time here at BCS? Oh, wow. Hello. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you for being here. Welcome. I'm like staring at this whole sofa here. I'm wondering if there are some folks who might want to move up. Thank you, wonderful. A quick housekeeping note. We are still asking everyone to keep their masks on inside unless you're eating or drinking, and our bar is open, so please take advantage of that. Now, and before we begin, I wanted to take a moment to give a brief land acknowledgement on behalf of Baltimore Center Stage. Baltimore Center Stage acknowledges that the land that we are standing on owes its vitality to generations who have come before. We are standing on the ancestral and occupied lands of the Piscataway peoples by the waters of the Chesapeake Bay. These lands have also been cared for by the Lumbee, Lenape, Susquehannock, and many indigenous nations who are still here today. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and future. The Baltimore Butterfly Sessions is a civic dialogue series where we use art to catalyze conversation. So we will have some moments throughout tonight's show where we'll invite you all to talk to one another. So in fact, why don't we take a moment, if you haven't met the people who are around you, just to say hello, because you'll be engaging throughout the night. Awesome. Thank you all. More to come. So the theme for tonight is the future of art making in Baltimore and beyond. You all may or may not know that this is Baltimore Center Stage's 60th anniversary season. Oh, thank you. And we are using the Baltimore Butterfly Session series throughout the season to think about the next 60 years of BCS and beyond. So looking forward to the year 2082. What do we think art making will look like, will feel like, will sound like, will taste like? I think about the transformations that have happened over the last few years in the theater community with a call for no more 10 out of 12s, the rethinking of how we glorify the idea of the starving artist and the assumption that the show must go on. Over the last few years as a field, we've asked, at what cost? And we've asked, how can we make our work less extractive and more regenerative? And real shifts have stirred that make me excited about the future of art making broadly and also right here in Baltimore. Tonight, you will hear our keynote from founder of Art in Praxis, Jess Solomon. And y'all, I heard her practicing before. It's amazing. She'll also, we're so lucky, she's gonna facilitate some dreaming work with us. I know. You'll hear readings tonight of cultural and historical texts, specially curated for the theme this evening. You'll hear music from Baltimore's own John Tyler and Amber August of Love Groove. And you'll hear poetry by Baltimore's youth poet laureate, Anaya Taylor. Y'all, the future of Baltimore art making is in this room. So we are in for quite a treat this evening, and with no further, I'm going to invite John and Amber up to the stage to start us off with some music.
Good evening. How y'all doing? My name's John Tyler. Hey. Amber's gonna play the guitar.
Doesn't Amber look amazing?
Wait, which one?
And the pink,
Thank you so much. We're gonna sing a couple doo-wops for you throughout the night. If you're vibing, let me see some shimmies, some ankles, some shoulders, just to let me know you vibe with it. If not, I accept that. But again, I lied. I'm sorry. I started off the night bad. I lied to you. I'm Amber August, and this is the wonderful, multi-talented, inspirational John Tyler. Woo! And this first song we got for you is an original, as are all the ones you're going to hear tonight. And this is called Bananas. Yes. And if you feel inclined to shout out some fruits or just like your appreciation of fruit, let me know. Seems like just a couple days ago I was in my house, now I'm on the road. Didn't think that I could get this far, but I had a dream, so I drove my car into the stars, and now I'm flying. Galaxy is so divine, and honestly, I just guess this shit is bananas. I'm singing for the whole damn world. This little black Baltimore girl. I made it past all the tumbles and hurdles. This shit is bananas. I'm flying across the whole damn sky to play my funky music. I don't even know why. Y'all know how to spell. B-A-N-A. Okay. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. B-A. Somebody hit that note. Yeah. Y'all like that one? You ain't got to hide it. I appreciate you. Yes, peaches, kiwi, bananas. Y'all rocking with that one? I'm still feeling it. Let's just do one more round of bananas. Act like you're making a smoothie with your life. Yeah, that got deep, didn't it? The bananas is love. And we got some spinach. That's money. And what y'all be adding? Y'all be strawberries. Sweetness. I don't know what else to add. Milk. Almond. Watermelon. Juice. I like that. What you say? Honey. Hey, you know. Thank y'all.
Thank you, everybody. Wow, John and Amber, even with the mic situation, doing amazing. Thank y'all. Don't worry, we're going to hear more from John and Amber later tonight. But first, I'd like to invite Anaya Taylor to come bless us with some poetry. Anaya is 19 years old, is the 2022 Youth Poet Laureate of Baltimore, and a 2021 graduate of Baltimore City College High School. She currently attends Sweetbriar College in Virginia. And in 2021 was captain of the Baltimore City Youth Poetry Team, where she won first place in the 2021 Brave New Voices Individual Poetry Slam. She co-leads youth-led activism organization City Block and was nominated for Marylander of the Year in 2020. I know, for her work in activism. And she has also as well served as the Youth Poet Ambassador in 2020 and 2021. So we are in for a treat. Anaya, come on up to the mic.
Ha, she lied to you. I lied to you. We're all liars. I no longer lead that organization. That was in high school. You're living in the past. It's all a facade. We're in the Matrix. Hey guys, how are you? Are we eating? Are we drinking water? Are we taking care of ourselves? Are we hugging ourselves? Did you hug yourself today? Everyone hug themselves today. Self-love, there we go. Hi, like you said, I'm Anaya. What's up? This is me. Hey. So before I get into the poetry stuff, which is what you're here for, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're here for the amazing Miss Solomon, who's going to tell us how to be a better ancestor. But I'm like the preliminary, so it's like, whatever. You got to deal with me. You're stuck. So I'm going to teach you poetry etiquette. What's poetry etiquette? Oh, that's just like what you do when you hear a poem that you like. Or maybe it's a poem that you don't like, but you're going to act like you like it today. So the first thing that you could do is everyone could snap. Everyone snap. Yeah. Don't do it again. So we're past that. We're in 2022. We had a black president. I feel like we've evolved past a lot of things. We can stop snapping now. So instead, what you can do is if you like something, if you hear a line you like, you can go, Can I hear a Yes. Just like that, Amber. Do it again. Say, Yeah. That's when like you eat something real good like chocolate or cake or watermelons or bananas and you just really, really like it. So you go, I just gave y'all a slice of like whatever your favorite food is and you're eating it. So then the last one I like is you take she and you take Jesus because God is a woman and you combine them and you go, Jesus. Can I hear Jesus? Yes, that was like, God damn, Maya Angelou, Jesus. Like, that's what that means, basically. So I taught y'all etiquette. So now I can just, like, get into the poem. Is that cool? Yeah. Cool. So we're going to try to do this by memory. But, you know, if not, that's okay, too. We're all growing. We're all learning. So, yeah. And just like that, they grab America by the pussy. And black women everywhere take a breath. And Trump is living his wildest wet dreams. And black babies are being born by the billions. And Norman Mailer says a little bit of rape is good for a man. And women are disappearing by the billions and then they take birth control. And hangers are being bulked by the billions, and black babies are disappearing by the billions, and jails fill up. And the government lines their pocket with our trauma, and then fill it to the brim with billions. And they ask, is it safe to say American women are oppressed now? And black women must not be American because we've always been pressed down, pried and broken into, chewed up and spit out for every 100,000 live births. 55 black women died compared to the 19 white women, and this is how they teach us natural selection. White men are raping black women to have the babies they will later kill, and this is how they teach us regression, how they unfold a memory. How they turn a body into a prison and he says he wants to build me like a monument or an ideal or the pedestal he wants to put me on says he wants to teach me to shift the rooms he builds around me like my body been ghost, like my voice is just a shadow. Funny how men always want to play God, how women always seem to be the ones needing saving, like the world will stop without men, like we're not the ones keeping it populated, like Mary wasn't the first one to learn carpentry, like she didn't build a home inside herself to hold Jesus. Funny how men always feel the need to be praised for planting a seed like we are not the sun, not the water, and the earth that makes it bloom, but ain't this just another cry for attention? Ain't this just another rant? Just another therapy session about black women pain, but ain't that just another myth? So ain't this just another poem? So that was Mary's House is Burning. All right, a costume change. I think I need a chair. Voila. Now, I just did a slam on Thursday, and in slams you can't use props. Look at me now. Ha ha. I got a prop. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so I just want to say something really quickly, like a little prelude into this next poem. So, right, in poetry, right, we say that like the point of like active poets, performance poets, actual artists that are poets, is to like say the things that other people can't say, or to like say the things that need to be said. The fight poem, that the poem I just spit, about Roe v. Wade, and they're like poems about just uplifting social change, things of that nature. And usually those are the poems that you hear at a lot of performances, because those are the things that we as poets want y'all as the audience to be aware of, right? So that's the fight. Sometimes, for me personally, the fight is a selfish thing for me. Sometimes I spit the poems that I need to hear for myself. And sometimes I hope that, it resonates with you guys, and if it doesn't, that's okay. But honestly, it's a selfish thing for me that I feel like I need to get out, if that makes sense. So this next piece, the activism is healing myself. So that's what that is. And I just want to give a little prelude into that, because some people are going to hear this poem and be like, why do we care about this piece? Well, you don't have to. I do. So yeah, this is called, it's a new piece. And it's called The Black Hole's Last Waltz. And because it's new, it's like fresh new, I'm gonna read this one if that's okay with you guys. I'm sorry that this is not memorized. But, we're all learning, growing, living life, How's everybody? You doing good? Vibe check? We're great? All right? Yeah? All right, cool. One. Black holes are created from remnants of fallen stars, proof of a supernova. It has a gravitational field so intense nothing can escape it, not even light. Did you know black holes dance? They call it a death spiral. It takes 100 million years for two holes to meet, and when they do, they spin and twirl around each other until a clumsy collide, a dizzying dalliance. 2. I fell in love with you the moment you came into my orbit. And I know now that we've loved each other through lifetimes and eons, my most natural state of being is when I'm with you. We are in the Hampton Inn. You surprise me with hundreds of red stars on the ceiling, the bed littered with roses and flowers whose name we can't remember. I remember you telling me you've always loved me, in this lifetime, and everyone before, and that you would find me in everyone. We are in the car driving over the Potomac. Vancouver Sleep Clinic's rendition of As It Was cascades through the car. The wind whispers past me at 13 miles per hour. Your presence keeps me warm. You tell me it takes everything in you not to keep driving, that you're addicted to this feeling, and memories of us past and film scenes, and this is how I want to remember us. Happy and alive and in West Virginia. You tell me relationships built on obsession is not your preference. And what a bittersweet thing this is, to have someone feel addicted to you when you're so used to being disposable, and yet both are things you need to be rid of. What a beautiful tragedy we are. We are just two black holes dancing around each other, millions of years in the making, stepping on each other's toes. But wasn't it a grand waltz? Wasn't it everything you've ever dreamed of? 3. It's been 6 days, and I can count the number of full meals I've had on 5 fingers. I can't remember what they were. But I can't seem to forget every meal I've ever eaten with you for the past 4 years we spent the last 3 weekends together. And it took you 2 days to throw it all away in a phone call for me to find out I'm not the one, so it seems I'm just disposable. And the only thing you're addicted to is lying. I talked to your wife today. She tells me I've been with him since high school, so I've known about you for a while. Says I know this must be frustrating for you. I say, do you? Do you know that I've been crying myself to sleep and waking up in panic attacks? Do you know about the flowers, the drive through West Virginia, the way we almost veered off into the exit? Do you know about the stars and how we counted every one? Do you know about the plans for the honeymoon, the trips to Italy, the Christmas plans, Bora Bora in the spring? Do you know that I've loved him from this lifetime and everyone before? I see you in everything except my presence. Your present just came in the mail, and I don't know what to do with it. So I put it back in its box, and sometimes it feels like my heart is barely beating in this box because my soul is still sitting in West Virginia, because this is how she wants to remember us, alive and breathing and not dead like the flowers whose name we can't remember. I remember when I told you I loved you like the sun loves the sky. And you said, I love you like a void loves space. And I should have known then that we were never two holes dancing in the sky. I was just the light that couldn't escape. You know, last piece. Last piece. I'm gonna get out your way. Cause y'all, how does everybody know about the affair except the mistress? I just don't. What? Anyways, okay, so last piece. Last piece is called Holes. The hell? We're gonna try to commit to memory. God, please do not condemn me. Excuse me. That was hard. Ooh, we're gonna start that over. All right, cool. We're gonna get back into it. We're gonna act like that never happened. All right, guys, this is Holes. God, please do not condemn me for the unholy things I've done with my whole being, my holes being the only holistic remedy to the empty holes I cannot fill inside of me. But this whole soul purpose is for broken men to make a whole home out of me, but it's so hard for the vision of seeing me being whole when I've seen my mother break at the sight of men. I hold on to this idea that this whole thing is a nightmare. I feel like a gaping hole, ready to be fucked or fucked over. Either way, I'm put to good use, but I'm so holy, right? So many men prayed to pray on my temple. I treat the bed like a pew and lay all my sins down at the foot of it. I've been praying to the wrong God, been treating my body like Whole Foods. I've been a whole fool to believe that the condom in the Bible serve the same type of protection. Thank you. I'm Anaya.
Amazing. Thank you, Anaya. Wow, y'all, you just took us on a whole journey, Anaya. I'm like, whoo, all right. I want to invite up some of our volunteer readers. Don't worry, they already agreed. This constellation of 3 texts, so as I'm talking, if my volunteers could come up to the stage. This constellation of 3 texts that you're about to hear is meant to plant some seeds of thought that's going to lead up to tonight's keynote. All 3 of these texts come from powerful Black women and invite us to ponder the role of art and our role as future ancestors.
Microphones are never the right height for me. So. My name is Liz Miller, and I'm reading an excerpt from Emergent Strategy, Shaping Change, Changing Worlds, a book by Adrienne Marie Brown. Art is not neutral. It either upholds or disrupts the status quo, advancing or regressing justice. We are living now inside the imagination of people who thought economic disparity and environmental destruction were acceptable costs for their power. It is our right and responsibility to write ourselves into the future.
Hi, my name is O'Malley. I'm reading an excerpt from an open letter entitled, "Is This Helping Me Become the Good Ancestor I Want to Become?" by Layla Saad. Becoming a good ancestor is something that we actually have to practice in our everyday lives. Through the day-to-day choices we make, the things we choose to focus on or not focus on, the ways we allow ourselves to deplete our life force energy and precious time, or focus on what is most essential. Becoming a good ancestor is something that we keep front of mind. It is something that we use as a North Star to guide us on whether or not we want to spend time on a certain activity, opportunity, creation, or even relationship. It's a filter that we can use to see ourselves in the world and how we choose to interact with the world. Is this helping me become the good ancestor I want to become? Is a question that I'm using to filter through what things I want to spend my time on.
Hi, my name is Imani with an E. I'm reading an excerpt from Baltimore Magazine profile on artistic legend Valerie Maynard, published September 2022 after her death and transition into ancestral plane. When asked what wisdom she shared with her students, she chuckles and quips, "Don't cut yourself and be on time." Turning serious, she reiterates her belief in the importance of following intuition and forging your own path. "I just wanted them to be serious and imbue their spirit in their work," she says. "That spirit is whatever comes through you. Somehow, you are not in control. We have titles like master this and master that, but making art is nothing like that. It's a humbling experience." It brings to mind something Maynard once told artist Howardina Pindell during a Q&A. When we ask people to study other people or movements or techniques, they're being pulled away from themselves. And the essence of them is just sitting there, tapping its foot, saying, "When you coming over here," she said, "I think it can be a distraction. Take time to mature and really get to know how you feel, how you think. Each one of us is unique. I think the world should get that and not spend time being the observer to a screen or looking at someone else's life." Her advice: jump in, live in the world.
Thank you all. Can we give a round of applause to our volunteer readers? Amazing. And while I'm going to have John and Amber come on back up to the stage for another song, but I do want to properly intro them. Well, yeah, come on up. I'm just going to love on you for a minute. It's okay. John Tyler is a 22-year-old artist, multi-instrumentalist, founder of Love Group Festival, and he's our BCS artist in residence, or artist entrepreneur in residence. At 17, John started the Love Groove Festival to bring together young artists from different genres of art to showcase talent and to offer learning and networking opportunities. This year marked his 6th showcase, partnering with BCS to bring an ultimate music, arts, and film and education festival. And yes, we love John. My friend Amber is a Baltimore-based poet, songwriter, and singer who uses her art to bridge her inner world with the souls of those within the community. She is the host of the Love Group Festival and is currently working on a full-length project that I want to hear about, and she hopes to release that soon. And while John and Amber play, I would like to offer a question for y'all to reflect on and dialogue potentially with one another if you would like to. Here's my question for y'all. When y'all think about the role of art in your own life, what do you long for the future? When you think of the role of art in your own life, what do you long for in the future?
Y'all still with me? Okay. So just to prove you with me, I'm gonna need you to clap with me, okay? This is a real intimate song, a real personal song, a real personal song. So once I catch the rhythm, I'm gonna clap, and I'm gonna need you to clap with me. Y'all good with that? Also, those readings were phenomenal. Thank you to all the readings. And we ain't even gonna get into the poet laureate doing the damn thing. I know y'all heard me back there screaming and everything. Oh, he gave me the beat. Y'all sound good. I know it's just claps, but I like it. Hey. Do, 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 do. They say I'm mature for my age. They don't know I've been here down this road, and I'm walking again. You see, I found God in this pen, and they is who I am. So I guess we are both divine. And it took me some time to get past the lies and dig deep inside from truth no one hides. But now that it's plain, released all the pain, I'm ready to change, to rise from the flames. Remember me when you're feeling down, like there ain't no one around. Remember me when you're feeling low, like there ain't nowhere to go. Remember me, 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 remember me. Nowadays you can't stop running, running from the things that will keep you bloody, running from the law that will hunt you, honey. Niggas think you soft when you seek more than money. And I implore the youth, hold your head high when you seek the truth. They think I'm a dozen, sister, brother, cousin, until they say you're starving, then they ask for something. But remember me, 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 oh remember me.
sexy.
Thank y'all.
Oh man, John Tyler Ambrogus, what can I say? Awesome. Y'all, it is my pleasure, honor, all the things to invite my friend Jess Solomon up to the mic for tonight's keynote. Jess is a facilitator, is a cultural steward, and she works with people and organizations at the intersection of art, social justice, and philanthropy. Her firm, Art and Praxis, believes creativity and culture hold radical insights into aligning bold visions with actionable outcomes. She is a community theater maker and storyteller, and a past board president of Southern-based artist activist network Alternate Roots, which if you don't know about them, you should. And she's a former chief weaver of social fabric at the U.S. Department of Arts and Culture. And I could go on, Jess, where'd you go? I could just keep going on and on, but I'm just your keynote is so amazing. I want to get to that. But y'all should, I just want to say a couple things more. She does so many things. She's currently on the board of directors over at Impact Hub Baltimore, which if you don't know about Impact Hub, you should know about them too. And she's a graduate faculty member in the curatorial practice program over at MICA. So just involved with all of these amazing Baltimore arts institutions, and I couldn't think of anybody better to sort of forecast the future of art making in Baltimore than my dear friend Jess Solomon.
Hello. Valerie Maynard was a dear friend and teacher of mine, and so when I heard her words, it really touched me, and I'm actually wearing a pair of pants that she gave me, so she's here. All right. So Center Stage invited me to talk about the future of arts making in Baltimore and beyond. And I'm approaching this topic with so much reverence and respect for the artists and cultural workers and culture bearers whose imaginations, innovations, and soul breathe life into this city every day. I'm approaching this topic as a facilitator who expands and deepens the work of cultural institutions through organization development and systems change work. And I'm approaching this topic as a champion for thoughtful, equitable, liberatory, long-term investments in artists and cultural policy in Baltimore. Also, yes, you can snap, you can all that. I see you, we are here together, okay. Okay, so on Beyonce's internet, there's a meme. There's a meme of a woman trying to solve a complicated math equation. You might have seen it. So when I got invited to talk about the future of arts in Baltimore, I felt like that woman because it's so big, it's a lot. It's the future of arts making, and then it's the future of arts making in Baltimore. And sometimes thinking about the future can feel too big, and it can feel inaccessible for lots of different reasons. And Baltimore, for as beautiful and soulful as it is also complex and complicated. Can I get an amen? Amen. Thank you. But most importantly, there are many futures. There are many futures of art making in Baltimore. So approaching the future as a series of possibilities feels more accessible to me. I will start with a concept that's meant a lot to me in my practice, the adjacent possible. I wish I had background music, the adjacent possible. The concept originates from theoretical biologist Stuart Kauffman in his work on evolution. He says the adjacent possible is a set of immediate possibilities available to us at a given point in time. Okay, now walk with me. We're about to go to 10th grade chemistry class, okay? Just come along for the ride. Ms. Yinch, my teacher then, will be very proud of me in this moment. Okay, so a single carbon atom can become a human being. It takes 1 million steps for a single carbon atom to become you and me. The adjacent possible asks, what is the most immediate possibility for that single carbon atom? Are there any chemists in the room or people who would know the answer to that? There's no prize, just being a smarty pants. But okay, that's fine, I didn't know that either. So methane is the next immediate possibility for a carbon atom. And the gag is methane has its own adjacent possibilities. It is used to make fuel and to make heat and light. So basically, as more things or component parts exist, more possibilities are created. There is a whole lot of possibilities between a single carbon atom and a human being. So as more artists challenge what is by exposing what has been hidden, we discover new ways of being and model new forms of action. Okay, now let's look at our smartphones. Smartphones are a thing of wonder. They have screens, sensors, batteries, cameras, SIM cards, and a few other things that I can't pronounce. Things like batteries, sensors, and cameras have their own uses beyond a smartphone. The iPhone was not possible in 1997, but it was possible in 2007 when all the component parts that were needed were available. And from the iPhone, we get the iPad and we get the Apple Watch. I promise this is not an ad. But those are adjacent possibilities. As more things or components exist, more possibilities are created. As more artists imagine new uses for available resources, we drive artistic innovation and care for the planet. All right, y'all, 60 years from now, I'm gonna be 100 years old. Like, literally. I know I look good for my age. I don't feel ready or equipped to envision that world. Rather than chasing the most distant possibilities, we can start by exploring what's nearby. Maybe that's 20 years, maybe that's 6 months, or maybe that's next week. Artists have a way of working, seeing, engaging, and animating to help us stretch towards the future we want. We need to reimagine the role of artists in public life in Baltimore. I'm gonna say that for the camera. We need to reimagine the role of artists in public life in Baltimore. That is what's nearby and worth exploring. But for today, if we widen our circles just a little bit, there are opportunities for expansion, new connections, and new component parts, all building towards a future where arts and artists are embedded into our healthcare system, our education system, our transit system, our parks, water, energy, and so on. What we create today can be in service to a not yet born generation of Baltimore artists, cultural workers, and culture bearers. Generational trauma is a term used to describe a passing down of traumatic impact or the effects of a historical event. Some of us can immediately call examples to the surface because it's literally in our DNA. But can we call examples of generational joy? What could it be if we remembered and honored the pleasure and happiness passed down to us by our ancestors too? So for a moment, I want to invite you to think about something that you enjoy doing, that you're really good at. It just comes effortlessly. Like your friends might ask you to be that person to do that thing, or it's just something that you love to do. And I wonder if there's someone in your family who also enjoyed that thing. It could be, for me, it's a red lip. My grandmother loved the red lip. It could be hosting, it could be fishing. Like, I want you to think about those things and who might have given that to you. This is also a moment to just like give them some love as well. So now, as future ancestors, because that's what we are, right? Like, we are future ancestors. What pleasure and happiness can I create now to pass down as strategies for care and liberation for those not yet born? What experience can I start to create for myself that will serve those who are not here yet? What can I write, paint, score, build, choreograph, cook, sew, film, photograph that brings me joy? One of my elders once said, "You know what's innovative? Remembering." I was like, yeah. Bars, yes, you're right. So to help us remember, I'm developing a series of proposals for building generational joy, and I love your help. So as a future ancestor, we're in this together, I want to invite everybody to reflect and write one practice that you will realistically explore with the goal of bringing more joy into your life. Does not have to be a whole thesis statement about something, like what's one thing you'll do that will bring more joy into your life. I like to call on the wisdom of Adrienne Marie Brown and her mantra, small is all. So you can think very small, like what is the one thing you can do, one step that you can do. We have pens and note cards that are flying around right now. We're gonna give you a few minutes. Maybe we'll play some music for a minute while you do that. And I would like to keep the cards, so take a picture of them. Use your smartphone. So the future of art making in Baltimore starts now. With our immediate possibilities and designing lives that use the best of what was left for us while creating new paths to joy for those not yet here. That's pretty much it. Like that's what it is. It's creating those pathways for those not yet here and thinking about what's the best next step, the immediate next step available to me in this moment as we think about the future. So I'm done. That's pretty much in my talk. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you very much. We're gonna give you a few minutes, and then I'm gonna maybe hear from people about what your one thing is. Maybe we can hold each other accountable to create more generational joy. Yeah. So I'm wondering if we can play some music while we let people think. But while we do that, thank you very much. It's an honor to be in this space. I want to be friends with Amber and John and Anaya. Like, can we hang out, please? Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. So I asked everybody to think about one action, one thing you can do to bring more joy into your life in the spirit of starting to build that generational joy, and we would love to hear a few of these ideas. And so we have Oprah over here who's gonna be walking around. And if the spirit moves you, please share, because not only is it for you, but it's for all of us as well.
Thank you. Okay, I'm running the mic.
So a memory that I have of generational joy, 'tis the season, was putting up the Christmas tree with my mom and my sister with In My Mind playing in the background. And one of the things I am dedicating to producing more joy in my life is having more dance parties with myself.
Yes.
We're gone. Who else?
The Temptations' Silent Night is top tier. I'm just saying.
I want to be intentional about spending some more time outside every day, just with nature. No phone.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to start practicing and writing down the recipes of meals that I've shared with like family and friends, and then give that to them so they have it.
Yes, thank you.
And it's something that we do, and I see my daughter when she went off to college doing the same thing. And that's really continuing to create a culture of inclusive community and a sense of belonging. You know, anybody could stop by my grandmother's house and get a meal and a place to lay their head, and they always left better than they were when they came. And I think that's something that my husband and I, who kind of both sat at her feet, we're not related, we're just high school sweethearts. We kind of took that on, and when my daughter went to college, I saw her doing the same thing, kind of grabbing people who maybe didn't fit into any one particular place on her campus, but creating an inclusive space, you know, where they felt like they belonged. So I think that's something that we'll continue to do.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna go swimming.
Yes.
And my family, I was thinking intergenerationally, swimming has been an avenue to freedom and safety, from Ellis Island to the Corsica River. So I definitely, we have a tradition in my family that when you would get to like the homestead, you would run off the dock no matter what time of year. You just strip and you run off the dock into the water. And it always felt like really safe and like no matter what was going on. And so I want to bring that back into my daily practice. Go find some water to jump in and let go.
Yes, thank you. These are great. These are recipes.
Practice healing rituals.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Oprah, you're doing great. You're
I'm
doing great.
Hi. My goal is to start a business. In the process of doing so, is to create like a volumetric production studio and bring gaming, some of the things, the elements of the things that I like to do, so hip hop to the periodic table and make a video game for it. So.
Thank you.
I know this was supposed to be every day, so it's going to be ambitious.
Yeah, yes, that's
but
the ambitious
it's gonna
area.
be
That's
ambitious.
the ambitious
It's gonna
section
be
back there.
ambitious. I'm committed to making nourishing love because I don't believe that the love that Black women have made has always been horrible and violent and unpleasurable. So I'm calling in all of the wombs and all of the women who came before me who had a lover who was good to them and a lover that they could be good to and learned from that. So it's ambitious every day, though. It's ambitious.
I see you. Shoot.
Anybody?
Anyone else? These are so good.
Playville, Oregon. I used to play as a kid for the church and came out, and that was no more longer a thing. So, yeah, it was where I learned to love music. So.
Yes, yes.
I think maybe that was
Okay. I mean, I feel changed. Like, I feel like there are things that I can reflect on and draw from based on what you all have shared. I encourage you to keep thinking about practices, things you can incorporate into your current life that can stretch the possibilities because it affects you, but it also affects your community and the people who you care for and feel accountable to. I am very full, and I'm excited to continue thinking about adjacent possibilities and our roles as future ancestors, and I hope that our paths continue to cross as this work continues to grow. I think that's all I got. Thank you so much for having me.
And I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to have John and Amber come up and play us out on a high note.
I too am full, and I would love to be friends. I'm so excited. So this is a new song, and so I'm gonna have my phone out, and you're just gonna vibe with me. And that's what I'm talking about. I was about to get on y'all by these shoulders. And she already knew. So shake it. 1, 2, 3. Shake it, you and me. I love it. If y'all feel inclined to throw a little ankle in it. I remember when I was a little girl. All I wanted was to rule the world. It started with a show, didn't really know how anything would go. But now I'm sitting high, head up in the sky, so I want you to know art is what you make it. Anyone can take it, break it, shake it up. Art is what you make it. Anyone
Anyone can take it, break it, shake it up. It's made for all of us. Made for all of us. It's made for all of us. Made for all of us. Yeah. Get sexy, John, get sexy. Sing with me. Art is what you make it. We just gonna repeat that. Art is what you make it. I don't feel the heart in that. Art is what you make it. Okay, choir. Art is what you make it. Okay, we gonna go to the next part. Shit, what's the next part? I told you it's new. Okay, I remember. Art is what you make it. Anyone can take it, break it, shake it up. Y'all got that? I got like 3 head nods. Okay, you know what? We just gonna stick with the art is what you make it. Y'all was vibing with that. Okay, 1, 2. Art is what you make it. Say what? Say what? Art is what you make it. Y'all sound good. Oh, he getting soft. Art is what you make it. Art is what you make it. Ain't that true though? Art is what you make it. I can ride my bike. I can make a pie. I can cook on the spot. I can draw, I can soar, I can fly real high. Man, I might as well. I don't know, but art is what you make it. Art is what you make it. Because it's very true. You know, laundry is art. I just got a new washing machine. I'm so excited to do laundry because it's art. Clean drawers clears the mind. What else? Washing dishes is art. Suds make bubbles, makes you excited. Why am I getting so domestic? Okay, what else? What's some art? Y'all talk to me. We cousins right now. What's art? Yeah, you got scared. Checking your email. Typo correction is my friend. What's some art? What's some art? Walking down the street, moving my feet. Yeah, it's art. What else is art? Talk to me. Books, filling in the lines, right on time. Art is what you make it. Talk to me. Ooh, chefing it up, putting in the spice, letting it cool down, heating it back up. Leftovers are, what's up? But I think that's our time tonight. I greatly enjoyed you all. Give it up for George Tyler, everybody! I'm gonna let him do his thing.
John's out here with so many skills, this man. Y'all, did y'all have a good time tonight? Amazing. This was an amazing lineup. I mean, not to pat myself on the back, but this group of people, wow. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. We are so grateful for all of tonight's featured artists and readers. We hope you all had a wonderful time, and we look forward to seeing you again at the next Baltimore Butterfly Session, which will be in 2023. Before then, this weekend on Saturday, the 10th, right here in the lobby at 11 a.m., we are in partnership with Creative Alliance. We're hosting a Kerplunk drop-in art making. It is arts and crafts. It is multi-generational. It is Winter Wonderland themed. I'm told there will be hot cocoa, so if you are free on Saturday morning, stop on by. And please check out our website for all the details on that and many more activities right here at BCS. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks for coming, y'all.